No fundamental difference between man and animals in their ability to feel pleasure and pain, happiness and misery. A fair result can be obtained only by fully stating and balancing the facts and arguments on both sides of each question. Intelligence is based on how efficient a species became at doing the things they need to survive. To kill an error is as good a service as, and sometimes even better than, the establishing of a new truth or fact. Ignorance more frequently begets confidence than does knowledge. It is those who know little, not those who know much, who so positively assert that this or that problem will never be solved by science. I have always maintained that, excepting fools, men did not differ much in intellect, only in zeal and hard work, and I still think there is an eminently important difference. The question of whether there exists a creator and ruler of the universe has been answered in the affirmative by some of the highest intellects that have ever existed. One general law leading to the advancement of all organic beings, namely, multiply, vary, let the strongest live and the weakest die. It is necessary to look forward to a harvest, however distant that may be, when some fruit will be reaped, some good effected. Sexual selection will also be largely dominated by natural selection tending towards the general welfare of the species. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. The mystery of the beginning of all things is insoluble by us, and I for one must be content to remain an agnostic. If I had my life to live over again, I would have made a rule to read some poetry and listen to some music at least once a week. The highest possible stage in moral culture is when we recognize that we ought to control our thoughts. The fact of evolution is the backbone of biology, and biology is thus in the peculiar position of being a science founded on an improved theory. Is it then a science? Even in the worm that crawls in the earth there glows a divine spark. When you slaughter a creature, you slaughter God. Besides love and sympathy, animals exhibit other qualities connected with the social instincts which in us would be called moral. In the long history of humankind, and animal kind too, those who learn to collaborate and improvise most effectively have prevailed. A man ought to have no wishes, no affections, a mere heart of stone. Man tends to increase at a greater rate than his means of subsistence.